Hi, Charlie.
What's your name?
Miles.
Give it up for Miles. He's
Hey,
disagreeing
Miles,
with us,
how
I
are ya?
imagine, today.
Hey, Miles.
Hey, Rob.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good.
Hey, nice seeing you again.
Good seeing you again.
Yeah, yes, perfect. Okay. I don't know. But my question is, when you go to these like events, like major Republican, conservative, is it like now, do you face some bias when you're speaking, or do you believe some of the stuff that you're actually saying? Because I know you have like good quotes and stuff, but I just feel like when you're like in a sea full of like MAGA hats and stuff, is it not like hard to like speak against that, or do you like actually believe everything that you're saying in a way?
Yes, I do believe everything I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's a bad faith question. I do, because your assumption is that we are insincere in our beliefs. But we're here. The only benefit that we have here to come here today is to talk to people like yourself, because we love our country and we really, really want to make sure that there are things that are happening now that we feel are potentially fundamentally disrupting what has been so great about this greatest experiment in human history, which is this unfettered free speech that the woman that you're supporting, Kamala Harris, and her running mate Walls paper. They said that the free speech, they describe it as a privilege. Now, this is either they're constitutionally ignorant or they're knowingly false, because it is a guaranteed First Amendment right for all Americans. It is not a privilege like a driver's license. When you are born in America, you have the right to speak your mind, and it isn't the nice stuff that needs protecting. It's the stuff that everybody disagrees with. It's the stuff that maybe is not nice, but that needs to be protecting too, because if someone's going to decide what free speech that you say and what I say, if it's going to be the government, they're always going to do what's best for the government. So we need to protect all speech, and I'm going to protect your right to free speech. I'm going to protect your right to vote any way that you want from the highest mountain. Always, I will do that.
So in the spirit of hearing ideas that we might always hear, tell us why you're supporting Kamala Harris.
I just like her character more than I like Trump. I don't like his.
Guys, give Miles an opportunity to uninterrupted to tell me,
us.
because it's fascinating. I didn't know her character was something worth.
I like that she's trying to like work for the middle class. That's what I see a lot, and I think that's what she is.
So yeah, Miles. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What has she or Joe Biden done for the middle class in the last 4 years?
No, not too sure about that.
That's okay. So
But I'm like slowly getting there.
No, that's
like,
okay.
Election day, I feel like that's okay. We can like work our way up.
For sure, no, and it takes a lot of courage to come up to an event like this. So let me tell you where we're coming from, and then maybe I can convince you to trade out that hat for a MAGA hat. Just maybe, okay? That's a long shot. We'll see. So Kamala Harris is part of a tradition of career politicians that run very persuasive, sexy political advertisements that are nowhere in alignment with what they've actually done. So let's look at the issues we care about most. I imagine, Miles, you want to be able to own a home.
Yeah,
at some time.
That's like my main goal. I want to like own
Awesome.
a home.
And good. Honestly, Miles, everybody in this audience should be able to own a home as easily as your parents were. But right now, especially here in Phoenix, it's so out of grasp. When Trump was president, the average mortgage rate in Phoenix, Arizona, mortgage payment was $700 a month. Now it's $2,000 a month here in the city of Phoenix. Said differently, it required $75,000 a year to buy a home in Phoenix when Trump was president. Now it's $135,000 a year to buy a home. You might say, well, Charlie, how is that Biden and Kamala Harris's fault? They decided to spend $6 to $7 trillion of unnecessary government spending right out of the gate that increased asset prices. Additionally, they allowed 10 million people into the country that we didn't account for. That also increases the demand for housing, especially here in this state. So we really care about the ability for you to be able to own the home. And if Kamala Harris is going to do it, she would have done it these last 4 years. Secondly, we care about ending the wars. I bet you're pretty interested in that. War is not... no, maybe?
No, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's end the wars.
Yeah, so Kamala Harris has demonstrated and surrounded herself with people that are aggressively in favor of the Russian-Ukrainian war, and the same people that designed the failed wars of Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and Libya. For example, Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, Leon Panetta, John Bolton. Donald Trump is the only president of an unbroken chain of 32 years to start no new wars and actually bring peace to the Middle East. We did not have any new wars under Donald Trump.
If you're a homeowner, you need to listen to this. When's the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal proof that you own your house. If you're like me, the answer is never. The problem is, in today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee with your county, and boom, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they take out loans using your equity or even sell your property. You won't even know it's happened until you get a collection or a foreclosure notice. That's why you need to stop what you're doing and find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Kirk at HometitleLock.com to make sure your title is still in your name. You'll also get a free title history report plus a free 14-day trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud should happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Go to HometitleLock.com now. Use promo code Kirk. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Kirk.
And finally, I mentioned this briefly, the border. I believe that everyone in this audience should be given preference above somebody who illegally comes into our country that was not welcome or invited. When Trump was president, we had the most secure border in history. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, we've had 10 million people, and they get taxpayer-funded benefits. They get luxury hotel rooms. They get flights into the interior of the country. And so on those three issues, home ownership, the border, and war, Donald Trump doesn't just say he did. And I would just ask you, you don't have to answer right now, because I know it's hard to get in front of an audience of people like this. Can you show me that anything Kamala has done that shows she's better at Trump than what Trump did on those three things?
No.
That's okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to encourage you to do your research because it is it's very tempting to fall for propaganda that you just see on TV. I bet a lot of people here in the audience can give you something to think about and something to consider, because Kamala Harris, she does not care for you. She cares about her own political career. Trump is different. Last thing I'll say is this. The guy's been shot multiple times, facing 700 years in prison. They took all of his money from him, his business empire, and he keeps on fighting. There's something about him where he cares deeply about the well-being of your life and your livelihood to put our country first. So, Rob, do you want to add something to that?
I just want to say something that's really important. What's happened under this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, and this affects all of you. They've secretly, not so secretly, put in the selective service back in, and I do not want any of you fighting on foreign soil, any of you fighting on any wars. Any of you. I don't want it. And as far as democracy, they say they're saving democracy. Well, let me just go over this, because Bernie Sanders technically had won in 2016 the Democratic nomination for president, but they didn't give it to him. They used these super delegates to dump him and put in who they wanted undemocratically in the primary in 2016. In 2020, again, Biden lost the first two primaries, and they just made everybody else drop out. And so you had no choice. If you were a Democratic voter in 2020, you had to vote for Biden. The same thing again this year. 14 million people voted for Biden in the Democratic primary, and none of those votes count because they just decided to take him out because they thought they could lose, and they just anointed Kamala Harris with 0 votes. That is not democracy. That is tyranny, and it gives you a little taste of what they intend to do if they remain in power. So I wish you the best. Think about this, and I'm going to give you a hat just in case you want to wear it.
And Miles, let me just ask, what we talked about, those three things, did you hear that previously before in a fair setting?
No, I did not hear it in fair setting as before, but it's good to be on one-on-one and just like have a conversation about that.
Cool. Well, Miles, I want to thank you for coming up. Please. Hey, Miles, appreciate talking. Think about what we said, and.
Okay, yes. Let's turn Arizona blue, everybody.
You see, man, that was not the right. I let you off so mercifully.
Hey, you know what though? We're gonna do what's best for you. I mean that. We're always gonna look out for every.
I was
Arizona.
trying to find common ground, man. That was.
I know that's.
It's just all right.
That's okay. No, but it's totally okay, because the difference is between.
I mean, dude, you said turn Arizona blue. You can't answer. You couldn't say 3 words in a row. Okay, so it's like, I asked you one thing. It's ridiculous.
All right.
We'll bad faith actor, man. I try my best to find common ground. You say something like that. It's ridiculous. Next question.